Keyboard and monitor together are called console. In this video, we will take the input from the console. We will take the input from the keyboard. Hello everyone, I am Gyan and you are watching the second session of Java and Wave, variables, data types and operators. In this video, we will learn about the console input in Java. Till now, our programs were working on the numbers already provided in the code. What if our program asks for the values at the runtime and use these values for the further calculation? Taking input in Java is little bit complex. There are various ways to take input in Java which we will learn conceptually in the different session of Java and Wave named files and streams. The ways of taking input are different for different data types. In this program we are taking the integer input from the keyboard. First you need to remember these two red colored statements. You have to write import java.util.scanner and you have to write scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in. Remember that capital S should be used in the scanner word and capital S should be used in the system word. You have to memorize these two lines. We will see conceptually about these two lines in the later session of Java and Wave named files and streams. Here we are creating a variable of type scanner. And this variable is connected with the keyboard by using system.in word. After this red color line we are printing enter A using system.out.print statement. Then after we have next statement as sc.nextInt. The sc.nextInt statement makes the program waiting for the user to enter the new integer from the keyboard. And the integer provided by the user from the keyboard will be stored in the integer variable A. Similarly, in this line, the integer provided by the user from the keyboard will be stored in the integer variable B. The line where program has printed the enter A, in the same line the program will wait for the user to input the integer. Because we are using system.out.print statement, it will not leave a new line. Finally, A and B are added together and result of this addition will be stored in integer variable C. And at last we are printing the integer variable C. Let me apply this program practically. Open console input1.java. Here we have written same statements which I told you to memorize. We are creating a scanner variable sc and this sc is connected with the keyboard using system.in. Then we are printing enter the first number. When we call the nextInt method using sc, then the program will wait for you to enter a new integer. And the program will wait for you in the same line in which it has been printed enter first number. Then we are printing again enter second number. Again we are calling the sc.nextInt. The program will wait for the user to enter the integer in the same line where it has been printed enter second number. The integer which has been given as an input by the user will be stored in the integer variable B. And finally we are adding the A plus B whose result is going to be stored in the integer variable C. And then we are printing sum of value of A and value of B is value of C. Let me compile and execute this code. Java C console input1.java. Compiles fine and then run it. Java console input. Since class name is the console input. Program starts execution. Here I have to write the integer. Write here 67. Then the program says enter second number and waiting for the user to input an integer. Now I want to input 78 here. Press enter. Finally the output of the program is sum of 67 and 78 is 145. One thing you have to notice that if the program is waiting for an integer, you cannot write here anything else. Let me write here 5.6. Program here is waiting for the integer and I am providing 5.6. Let me see what program does. It throws an exception saying exception in the thread main java.util.input mismatch exception. We will see much about what is exception in the later session of Java and Wave. But here you cannot pass a data type as an input which cannot be assigned in the integer variable. We already have taken integer as an input. Then how to take byte, short, long, float, double, string and character as an input? These are the various methods which use to take various data types as an input. The method nextByte will take the byte as an input. The method nextSort will take the sort as an input. The method nextInt will take the integer as an input. The method nextLong will take the long as an input. The method nextFloat will take the float as an input. The method nextDouble will take the double as an input. The method nextLine will take the string as an input. And this method will take the character as an input. Let me apply these methods practically in a Java program. Open console input2.java. We have the byte variable B, we have the short variable S, we have the long variable L, we have the float variable F and double variable D. Here we are printing enter byte and then we are taking the byte as an input from the keyboard. Here we are printing the enter byte and then we are taking the byte as an input using st.nextByte method. Here we are printing the enter sort and then we are taking the sort as an input using st.nextSort method. Here we are printing the enter long and then we are taking the long as an input using st.nextLong method. Here we are printing the enter float and then we are taking the float as an input using st.nextFloat method. Here we are printing the enter double and then we are taking the double as an input using st.nextDouble method. Finally, we are printing the byte, sort, long, float and double variables. Let me compile and execute it. Java C console input 2.java. Compiles fine and then run it. Java console input. It runs fine. Now we have to provide the byte as an input. You only have to supply here a whole number in the range of -128 to 127. You cannot supply anything else here. So I want to write here 67. Now your program is waiting for the sort input. Here you have to provide the whole number which is in the range of the sort. I want to provide here 1112. Now our program is waiting for the long. Here you need to provide a whole number which is in the range of the long. Here I want to provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the program is waiting for the float. Here you have to provide a fractional number. I want to provide here 5.6. You must not write small f or capital F here. If you are writing small f or capital F, then the program will be stopped after throwing an exception. So even here you are entering a float value from the keyboard. You must not write the small f or capital F. You just write the fractional number and the st.nextFloat method will treat it as a float. Press enter. Now our program is waiting for a double value. So provide here 7.8. Press enter. Finally, all the system.out.println statements get executed and printing byte 67, sort 1112, long this one, float 5.6 and double 7.8. While entering a byte value, you should not provide anything which is other than byte. If I write here 1112, then the program will be stopped after throwing an exception. There is exception in thread main java.util.input mismatch exception. The value is out of range. So you have to provide only those values which are expected. Let us take the string data and character data from the keyboard as input. Open console input 3.java. This line has been commented out. Here we are printing enter string and then this statement takes the string as an input and store the string reference to the string variable st. Here we are printing enter character and this statement takes the character as an input and stores the Unicode equivalent to the entered character in the character variable ch. And finally we are printing the string and character variables. Let me compile and execute it. Java C console input 3.java. Compiles fine and then run it. Java console input. The program starts execution saying me to enter the string. So I want to enter here Java and web. Then program asks me to enter a character. I want to enter here capital A. Press enter. It prints the string we entered is Java and web and the character we entered is capital A. But you have to care about something. Let's open console input 3.java again and comment out this one. If you are taking another primitive input from the keyboard just before the taking input as string, then the program may not behave as you expected. Let me see this condition. Let me save and compile this code. Java C console input 3.java. Compiles fine and then run it. Java console input. It starts execution. Here program actually wants me to enter a double value. So enter here double value 5.6. Press enter. You can see here we have entered a double value, but program is not allowing us to enter the string. It just asks me to enter the character. So what has been taken as a string? What happens here when you enter any primitive data type and then press enter, then the enter remains in a buffer. We will talk about this buffer later. But after taking any other primitive data type, when you try to enter the string, then that new line character which is present in the buffer will be taken by the method sc.nextLine as a string. Since here we have pressed an enter, so that new line character has been taken as a string. So both double and string has been taken in this line only. 5.6 as a double and new line character as a string. That's how the program skips the string input and expecting a character from us. If I write here capital A, then it prints string is the new line character which is not printable and character is capital A. So what is the solution of this problem? Let's open console input3.java again. Solution is that when you take any primitive value as an input before the string input, then somehow before taking the actual string input, you have to consume the extra new line character which you have added while taking the primitive value as an input. So the solution is when you take the primitive value as an input, then write sc.nextLine just after that. Write here sc.nextLine. Now the program will execute fine. Let me save and compile it. Java C console input3.java. Compiles fine, clear the screen. Then run it. Java console input. The program is waiting for the user to enter a double. So write here 6.7. Now see, everything is good. Now program is waiting for the user to enter a string. Write here my name is Gyan. And at the last line the program is waiting for the character. Write here capital A. Press enter. The string we have entered is my name is Gyan and the character we entered is capital A. That's all for this video guys. Don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe this channel if you are new and leave your valuable comments in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.